Hi everyone, welcome back. Aviator Sim here, and today I have a virtual trip report for you. We are currently in Honolulu and we'll be flying the Cessna 208B in the Mokulele Airlines livery. We will be flying from Honolulu to Lanai. So hop on board and I hope you guys enjoy this trip. Alright, here we are in the cockpit of the Cessna 208B, and I'm just going to get things started up here so we can take off at our scheduled time. Right up here, I'm going to open the left fuel tank, open the right fuel tank. I'm going to come back down here. Let's turn our battery on. Right, good. Just want to turn our beacon on. After the beacon, we can turn the fuel boost to on. Avionics 1 coming on.
System test. Okay.
Going to go full prop and mixture to cutoff. Throttle is idle. Just going to turn on the starter. All right. Propeller starting to spin. And let me just bring the mixture to about 40%. That's good enough. Avionics 2 coming on. And I can go ahead and turn off the starter. Fuel boost is going to go to normal. And let me just turn on my nav lights. Getting ready to taxi, so I can turn the taxi light on. That's fine. Just want to change the CDI down here so we can follow the GPS. So we do have an IFR flight plan, but that's just in case the weather conditions change. They shouldn't be changing. We should be VFR all the way to Lanai. Right, all passengers are on board. Let's just turn on the seatbelt sign, no smoking. Cabin light can stay off. Strobe, we can worry about all of that when we get closer to the runway. Just want to make sure my flight director is on. We can turn the nav on so we can follow that GPS, that magenta line right there. I'm climbing to 9,000 feet today for today's flight. Right, look left, look right, looking good. Let me try not to hit any of these marshalers. Park and brake off. Power coming in. Here we go. This is going to be our first official full flight video, or what I'm going to call it, virtual trip reports. So at the end of this flight, after you guys watch the video, feel free to leave comments on if you enjoyed the flight, other locations you would like to see, other planes used in those locations. Doesn't matter to me. I'm looking forward to exploring other locations I've never been in a flight simulator. And the realism of Microsoft Flight Simulator really helps that out. And this is a real-world route flown by Mokulele Airlines. Same time, departing at 7 a.m. and expected arrival at 7:45 a.m. in Lanai. And it's a beautiful day here on the Big Island. Right, approaching runway 4 right. Right, we're clear for takeoff, runway 4 right. And I'm just going to line up on this runway and then put my parking brake on and just make sure that we have everything set before we take off. Landing lights included. Some beautiful scenery down here in Hawaii. Right parking brake coming on. So first things first. Let's get our lights situated. So landing light on, strobe coming on. Let's turn on the heat. Looking good there. And like I said, I'm just going to hit this middle button. Alright, so we're going to be flying runway heading and then turning out to the southeast to line up with our route to get us where we need to go, to Lanai. Alright, looking good. No one on the runway down here. So parking brake off. And we are taking off. Rotating at 75 knots. Alright, rotate. Tap the brakes. Let's build up some speed here. Right, when we're passing through 400, I'm going to make the right turn. Alright, right turn. Pearl Harbor was behind us, I believe, on takeoff. Nice little cruise ships out there. City of Honolulu right here. Alright, and I'm just going to engage the autopilot and the yaw damper. Right, I'm just going to increase the vertical speed up to 1200. Alright, as we're reaching our cruising altitude of 9,000 feet, I'm just going to pull back on this throttle a little bit, back to about 2,000 on the torque. Gonna adjust the mixture just a little. And adjust the RPMs just a little. Alright, since we got that squared away, flight time isn't much longer, but I will see you guys when I'm descending down into Lanai. Just going to get a couple shots of the outside environment. I'll see you guys soon. Alright everyone, welcome back. We are about 27 nautical miles away from Lanai. Elevation at Lanai is about 1,300 feet, so I am going to start my descent down to about 2,400 feet, about 2,500 feet. So first I'm just going to change this, and let's go down to Start, we're going down to 5,000. All right, let me click my vertical speed and bring the throttle back. Let's go 1,200 feet per minute. Here's that beautiful island right here. So far, an uneventful flight, which means it was great. I do have failures turned on, and actually when I was practicing this flight, the same route, I did have a failure, had an engine failure. So far so good. Descending through 6,000 feet. We'll be landing on runway 3 at Lanai. Should be a pretty easy approach into the airport. And looking good still. Okay, now I'm going to take this altitude down to 2,500 or 2,400. Let's do 2,400. Stay about 1,000 feet above the ground. Current local time is 7:16 in the morning. Our expected arrival time is 7:45, so we're definitely ahead of schedule, and we'll get in there well before 7:45, which is always good. All right, we got about 12 nautical miles. And I just changed our altitude to 2,500. We're going to pass through the Lanai VOR and then right into runway 3. All right, full prop for our approach. Right, first set of flaps coming out. It's gonna come down to 2,300. And I'm gonna go autopilot off. Second set of flaps coming out. There's our airport right there off the left. We're a little high, but we should be fine.
500.
There we go. Now we're on that glide slope. Okay, here we are. Eyes down the runway, power out, and flare. Beautiful. Nose wheel down. Just gonna roll out here to the end. Nice soft touchdown there. Right, and before we pull up to the terminal building, I just want to clean up this airplane a little bit. So first I'm just going to put on the parking brake, flaps coming up, and let's bring the mixture back down to about 40%. Landing lights off and strobe off. Alright, we're just going to taxi right over here to this building and let the passengers deboard. Alright, parking brake on, and let's just cut this engine. So we can go ahead and turn the avionics off, mixture out. Alright, we safely made it to Lanai, and we have completed our very first virtual trip report on the Aviator Sim channel. I thank you guys for flying along with me today, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you again.